Right, Tai Chi Qigong posture, feet parallel. Soften your knees, soften your ankles, drop your tailbone, chin tucked in, lengthen your cervical spine, drop your shoulders, a little bit of space in the axilla, a little bit of space between the groin, at the groin between your two legs there. Close your eyes for a second. Feel your feet rooting down into the ground, making contact with gravity, with the earth, and your head. Feel that you're lifting your head to the sky, connecting to the universe above you. And just notice how you're feeling. Maybe very quiet, relaxed, maybe still a bit bouncy from whatever you've done during the day. And we're going to go into lifting spiral. So one hand behind your back on your dantian there, and not your dantian, your draw of life there. And the other hand's going to go across at the heart level. So we're going to turn at the low back, mid back, thoracic, neck, and hand is going to spiral round, thumb down, watch your hand as it goes behind, and then uncoil. And this time your little finger is curling around. And as it curls around, your back is spiraling upwards, lengthening, lengthening, lengthening. And your hand comes to the middle and then just slowly drops down, feeling the consistency of the air as you come down. Change around. One hand over the heart area here, and round you go. Feeling that you are coiling, 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 watching your thumb, and then uncoiling as you come up and your little finger comes round. Feel the lengthening of the spine, feel that your shoulder blade is lifting up there and then floating down again. Opposite hand across and around you go, starting with your rotation at the hips and lumbar spine, then going through your waist, going through your thoracic, and eventually going through your neck and coming around and lifting up through the waist, up through the thoracic, up through the shoulder, watching your little finger there and coming down. So you could do maybe a nice breath in as you coil. And as you uncoil, an out breath. Letting go and coming down. Do one more to each side. Breathing in as you go around. Breathe deep down into the belly. And breathing out as you come back through the mouth. And coming down. Last one. You may actually feel your hands starting to get a little bit of a buzz already. Spiraling and unspiraling is the way the seeds shoot into the gardens and through the forests. Very, very powerful movement of energy in coiling and uncoiling. Just think of an elastic band or spring. All right, so we've done some nice rotation through the spine. Let's lengthen the spine. So tiger stretching in the morning. Soft ankles, soft knees, drop your tailbone. Feel your body's kind of a little bit compressed there, but in a very nice way. And your hands are going to spiral and form a little hollow fist and feel as if you're drawing your skin up right from the groin, through the waist, through the thoracic, through the shoulders, right up, keeping your tailbone dropping down. And when your hands coming over the head and your shoulder blades have risen right up on your ribs, let's have another spiral there, spiral out. Feel that spiral going right to your shoulders, spiral in, back to your hollow fists and coming down. Just breathe easily, but if you're happy to do a nice long in-breath as we go up, that's great. Feel as if you're pulling your t-shirt off. lengthening, fascia lengthening, skin lengthening, spine lengthening, and this is a little hold of your breath here as you spiral out. That spiral going right through to your shoulders, from there going down your trapezius into your low back, coming back, and breathing out, hollow fists. Let's do one more. Spiraling around. Feel your tiger claws, your fingers are just bent in a little bit. And breathing in, pulling that garment off as you come up and stretch up. Holding your breath as you spiral there, with your hands going right to your shoulders, lower trapezius down to your lower back. And down you come. Good. Right. So we've loosened up our fascia and our body a little bit. Let's loosen up any tension in the muscles, any tension in our kind of mind and emotions. And let's drop arms and turn. So when we clear, we're going to breathe out through the mouth. So just initially, just take your arms up and just let them drop. And as they drop, your knees are going to bend. And as your knees bend and your arms drop, you're going to be turning. So that's going to be your in-breath, out-breath through the mouth, in-breath through the nose. Let it be floppy like a rag doll. So any tension between your shoulder blades, just let it go. Any tension in your neck and shoulders, let it go. Any tension in your mind, just let it go. Working the breath. Rocking your shoulders. Last one. And relax. And shake it out a little bit. We've made a bit of space in the lungs with that deep breathing. So let's get some nice, good, clean air into the belly. What we mean by into the belly, into the lower part of the diaphragm. So hands just around about the level of the navel, breathing in through your nose, and your belly is going to expand as you breathe in, and just relaxed, and then you breathe out. So breathing in is active, diaphragms contracting, moving down. Breathing out, just relax, everything moves up, helps to push the air out again. Breathing in and out through the nose, and breathing out. Yes, nice, long, deep, relaxed breathing. Putting your body into parasympathetic, and at the same time, putting your body into a healing space. A healing space is when your parasympathetic nervous system is dominant. And as we come towards the evening, that's a good time to do it. Now let's take a full deep breath. So we breathe into the belly, from there into the ribs, and after there into the top of the chest. And then we release top of the chest, belly, and the ribs down here. So breathe in belly, ribs, chest. Breathe out, chest, ribs, belly. In belly, ribs, chest, chest, ribs, belly. Be aware of how you're filling up a cylinder. So you're filling them front, behind, and the sides as we do this. And the cylinder is becoming narrow as we breathe out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And maybe have a couple of breaths where the out breath is longer than the in breath. Just to focus a little bit more on the parasympathetic, which takes your body into rest and repose, tend and befriend, compared to your sympathetic nervous system, which keeps you very focused and active, which you're wanting more as you go through the day, and the parasympathetic more in the evening. All right, so we've got some good oxygen come in. Let's open the heart and the lungs to the sky. So hands push forwards and open. So we did a lot of opening of the spine lengthways and with a bit of spiraling, and now we're opening horizontally through the body. Have your ankles soft, your knees soft, shoulders drop down. Feel as you push out to the side that you can lengthen through your arms, lengthening through the wrists, through the fingers, through the elbows, lengthening into the shoulders, and that lengthening of the soft tissue and fascia is going all the way to the back of your spine. And as you come forwards, you're opening heart to the earth. There's a space between your shoulder blades, space behind your back of your shoulders there as well, and opening your heart and the lungs on the back of your thoracic cage. We don't think about it, we think mostly of lungs and heart in the front, but of course they're 3D, they go all the way to the back. Breathing out, sink in your chest bone back, breastbone back, breathing in, opening your heart to the sky. So you think of those conductors of orchestras. They are some of the longest living people on the planet because they do a lot of this all the time. They're helping the heart to beat, the lungs to breathe. And as your diaphragm is going up and down, it's helping your body to clear the lymph. And the lymph, of course, is clearing a lot of your gungy stuff in the body away. There's a whole big lake of lymph just below the diaphragm. And each time we breathe deeply, we help that lymph to pump up. So just think swollen ankles. Are you deep breathing? Breathing in, pulling the hands right back, open the fingers, breathing out, sinking the chest, opening the space between the shoulder blades. Breathing in. Creating song, creating space in the body. And breathing out. Think about our hands. Got 6 meridians coming either down or up from the hands, ending at the fingers or beginning at the fingers. So let's first start little finger, ring, middle, index, thumb. Getting space between the fingers. And you do a lot of computer work or a lot of drawing, a lot of writing. We really need to work through our hands and keep them open and elastic and strong. Okay, and now take the whole wrist round. So when we repeat movements, we're doing silk reeling through the wrists. Notice that your 2 hands, does one move differently from the other? And if one is a little bit stiffer than the other, as you move, focus on the hand that's doing it best. Because when you do that, you get a crossover through your mind, and it's like the one that's doing something a little bit more expertly than the other one gives a few hints to your other hand, how to do it. Other way around. Sometimes you have stiffness in the muscles, sometimes it's stiffness in the actual joints themselves. Okay, and then to keep the hands and the fingers strong, and to stop your fingers from sometimes jamming. Also, something happens as our joints dry out a little bit as we get older. So this is good. You can speed it up. You want to do about 35 a day. Like you need to pump your feet 35 times every day when you wake up. You want to do with this for your hands, maybe a little bit later on the day. And relax. And now we're thinking of opening the palm, because a lot of people have contracted palms just from, work, palace of work, the Lao Gong point in the middle of the palm. So as we push forwards, we feel as if the palm is pushing before the fingers. It can't really do that, but have a sense of that. So you're pushing, open the palm and curl back and push. And that can be an out breath. Coming in, out breath. Soften your knees, in, out breath. Coming in, out breath. In, out breath. Very strong acupuncture points, 3 fingers down from the wrist crease. Again, you have your pericardium point here and your triple heater point here. So the inner and the outer gates of the arms, just like we have the gates of the legs, the quad down here. So the gates to the arms are here. So let's knock them together. So hands in front of us and just a lovely loose knocking of the inner and outer gates. They are going to give you strong immunity, the outer gates, strong immunity, physiological colds and flus and things like that. And knocking the inner gate, which is the one on the inside, is going to give you emotional immunity so that you don't get knocked about quite so much. Okay, strong emotional stuff. Okay, of course, the inner gate is also very important for any stomach issues and nausea. Wouldn't be knocking them there, you'd probably be rubbing them. Okay, let's go up to the elbows. So just a good rub around the elbow joint. A lot of important acupuncture points at the elbows and the knees. And in ancient times, the acupuncturist wouldn't be allowed to see the lady above her wrists or sometimes her elbows, but certainly not higher than that. So they had to treat conditions by using the hands, the wrists, and the elbows. Other way around, we forget about our elbows, but they work very hard. Do the other one. So somebody sent me to my little Langabon Qigong group a picture of a guy who was, they were about to do cardiac resuscitation on him. He was in the cinema somewhere. And the 2 medics came in and they started slapping him on the elbows, like we're going to do here. Started slapping, slapping, slapping. And in almost no time at all, he sat up and he was back with them again. And so why? Because when we're slapping here, we're slapping the lung meridian, slapping the heart meridian, slapping the pericardium meridian. And this is going to improve the blood flow and improve the oxygenation to the heart. So this little clip was saying, hey, you know, this is something you could do if you get into trouble, if somebody's in trouble with something to do with the heart. But of course, you still take, when they revive them, you still take them to the doctor anyway. But it's something very positive that you can do. And if you have heart conditions, remember the elbow. Okay, it's very good to do. Opening the lungs giving you more oxygen to your heart. Basically, heart attacks are basically a shortage of oxygen. And these are yin meridians. So you say, well, but yeah, no, to wake somebody up, you need to do something concerned with yang. But in actual fact, what happens is yang grows out of yin. So if yin is weak, then yang is also weak. All right. Woo. Let's do wrist cross with a 45-degree. So you're going to bring your hands up, wrist cross, and you're going to part the clouds, coming back. And each time you cross a different hand in front, the hands aren't touching, but they're opposite each other at that 3-finger mark below the wrist. And maybe here you can do an out breath as you part the clouds, or symbolic for whatever haziness you have in your mind, your emotions, you can't see clearly, can't make decisions. Just clear. You know that even though there's cloud cover, the sun is always behind it. So allow this to be very soft and not pushing against anything. It's just a gentle clearing away. When we went down to the beach this morning in the rock pools, there were just thousands of little baby fish, thousands upon thousands, sort of swimming, jumping up. And as you moved, they just parted. So you could never get to touch them. And my granddaughter started diving into the middle of the fish that were actually swimming, but just couldn't catch them. So I kind of had that sense that all those little fishes, all those little worries that maybe are actually inconsequential, and they just move away as you come towards them. Coming down, so bring the other foot forwards. All right, just get that nice rocking movement going first. So it's very good for your balance as well. And of course, foot balance, emotional balance as well. And part of clouds. Breathing in, breathing out through the mouth. Breathing in. Watch your hands as they go up and beyond you. Breathing in. Breathing in. Breathing in. And relax. Come down. And let's just do a little bit for our shoulders before we move on to the back. So big bear stretches, your shoulders, your hands are hanging forwards, and you lift your shoulders up, and then just allow your shoulder blades to glide down your ribs as you drop your shoulders. Then as you come up, shoulder blades glide up over your ribs, roll, and then sink forwards. And if you're a great big bear, you're not just going to do your shoulders, your head's going to go with that as well. So as you come up, chin's tucked in. As you go forwards, allow your chin just to drop down, open the space between your shoulder blades, really slowly, so you can let go of that tension between your shoulder blades in your lower trapezius and your rhomboids, and opening up your pectorals in the front, breathing in, breathing out to come forwards. Still in a lovely soft length and Qigong posture, open. And let's take that movement into the neck. We can allow the shoulders to be just opening and closing without the big rolling here, and Wise Owl turns his neck to avoid the 7 fatigues and the 11 illnesses. And so we turn as we open, look behind, and look forwards as we come back. Turn, look behind as you open through the shoulders. Shoulders, back of the hands coming forwards as you come to center. Breathing in. And breathing out as you come forwards. Breathing in. Look in the direction you're going. That facilitates all the muscles that turn your neck. Makes it easier for you to turn further. Breathing in. And relax. Just shake it out a little bit. Let's give a little bit of chi massage to your lower back. Up and down on either side. Lower ribs going over the kidneys. Stimulating your kidneys, your serotonin, adrenaline there. Bit of a wake up. Kidneys haven't got a pump, so when we move them, we actually help their filtration up and down, and then over the buttock or the side of the buttock, And let's go down the back of the legs, all the way down to the feet, down the bladder meridian and up the kidney meridian, all the way up to the belly, around to the side of the buttock, down the gallbladder meridian, up the kidney again, and just knocking over the gates of the leg, knocking on your quad. When you do a lot of sitting, we get quite a lot of stagnation here. So a lot of guys get their plaques in this area of the femoral veins here. And let's go up to the belly, just below the dantian, just below the navel, knocking on the sea of energy. Very strong point for waking up and feeling energized. And then let's go up above the navel, solar plexus area, and we're knocking on foot of the yellow emperor, where you make your decisions, is solar plexus. Okay, let's knock up and down on the liver sitting behind the ribs on the right-hand side, and not knocking on the other side on the spleen in the stomach, sitting just below and behind the ribs on the left-hand side. Up and down, and relax. Let's go to, very important point, the tonification point of stomach 36 on the outside of your knee, just in front of your fibula, and on the just above the knee over here, spleen 10. Very, very important point for allergies. Okay, and immunity as well. So we can just put one leg in front of the other and bend down and give a knock. Very, very good for waking up at the beginning of the day or the middle of the day. Not particular, and we'll do this in the evening just before you go to bed. So this knocking in the body called Qi massage is very, very good for stimulating all the different acupressure points. And when you know which ones you need to work on, you can focus on them. But this is really, really good for focusing on your yang, tiredness. And if you still need a bit more energy, what we're going to do is knock as you bring your leg up. So this is really good. One and the other one. So the inner hand is above the knee, the outer hand is below. It reminds me of a tribal war dance, right? Stoking up the fire. Good. And in China, you'll see a lot of people doing this kind of exercise, particularly old people, you know. Do it on horses as well. Armies used to on the horses before they took them out to work. Boxers do it. Your athletes do it. Your gymnasts will do this, just waking the body up. And relax. Right. Let's open your legs. Been doing a little bit of work on the legs. Let's just feel the balance going from side to side, opening through the groin and your inner leg muscles there, feeling the weight going from one side to the other. And as you're bending, feel that you're sinking at the hips, not bending your body forward, but sinking at the hips to get that bend. So one leg becomes full, one leg is becoming empty. Very good for your knee strength, hip strength, low back strength. And just bring your body forwards, and let's move the body like a river. So first you get hips, waist, shoulder, head, and hips, waist, shoulder, head. Feel that you've got a softness in your neck. It's very easy to move through the hips and the waist, but when you get up to the thoracic and the cervical or the neck area, it's not so easy to let go. So see if you can focus on that. Breathe into one side, breathe out to the other side. Also called seaweed in the ocean. And if you live near the ocean and you watch the way the waves glide through the kelp and the kelp just floats on top of it, that's the feeling you're wanting. Qigong, we're looking for that lovely, soft strength, a relaxed flow, which has a lot of power behind it. Coming up, bringing your upper body into that flow, pushing the river very gently. This brings more movement through your thoracic spine, which has got the ribs attached to the vertebra, and that's why it's so much stiffer. Right. Good. Feeling the substance of the air as if you're really moving the air. Maybe you are master of the wind or something. Okay. All right. Coming back to center, and we're going to pop one foot in front of the other. So get a nice 45-degree lunge position that works for you. Not feet not too close, not too far away, and not too narrow. So a nice wide base, nice 3-point base there. And we're going to do some balance here. We're going to touch the sea and then touch the sky. Just initially rock forwards and back. As you go back, your toes come up. As you go forwards, your heel comes up. And again, as we go forwards, we're not going over. We're actually sinking into the front foot. Okay, so arms coming up. Now, arms not too far back, otherwise we tighten the rhomboids, tighten between the shoulder blades. You're wanting to get width through the body. Okay, width through the body, coming down, touch the sea, not touching your hands together, but nearly bring your weight up and touch the sky. When you touch the sky, keep your chin tucked in there so you don't get too much neck extension there. Touch the sea. Touch the sky. As you touch the sky, that's going to be an in-breath. Touching the sea is going to be an out-breath. And do it in and out through the nose. It's much more powerful. In. Out. Breathing in. Let's do it slowly so you can feel how your body is moving. Coming up. Still in this rolling position, and you're going to push waves. Waves onto the beach. They hesitate before they come back. Push is always going to be out breath. Through the mouth there, in breathing in as you roll back. So imagine you're behind a wave and pushing it onto the beach, and then it hesitates and then it comes back again. Coming back. Feel the water as you push. Feel your lagong as you push, point in the waist, and feel that that power of pushing is coming right from your danti and through to the hands. So power is coming from your center, it's not just from the hands. Coming back. And now we are going to fly, a big bird flying. So here again, don't bring your shoulders back together, just come up to this position so your body is like a circle. And then your hands come down, but they don't touch, just flying. Huge bird, stork, an eagle. Got hollow bones, so they're light. Breathing in as you come up, rocking back, front foot forwards, breathe out, heel off, working your balance and your connection to the earth at the same time as you're flying in the air. Coming down to center. Opposite foot forwards. Find that you've got a good space there. Just test your rocking motion there first. And that you're not going to hit anything when you go down to the sea and touch the sea. And weight comes up and touch the sky. Keeping your chin tucked in, touching the sea and touching the sky. Open, open, open. Big breath as you breathe in. Coming up, keeping your elbows dropped to push waves. Feeling your Lagung point pushing forwards, feeling the power coming from just below your belly button, through your waist, through your arms. Power is coming from your center. Breathing out as you push forwards. And huge bird flying. Opening, feel that you're opening through your chest, making space for the heart and lungs. Soft wings, floating up on the air, floating down. So a couple of these exercises are coming from Tai Chi, Shavasana, Qigong, the 18 forms. And turn around to center. And we're going to turn the windlass. So turning the windlass, we're going to drop forwards, legs open, and we're going to turn all the way up, up, up. And here you want to be pulling your tummy in a little bit, dropping your tailbone and keeping your chin tucked in, and feeling safe as you do this, that you're not going too far for your back. Strengthen your back, strengthen your tummy, feet grounded. Breathing in as you come up. Breathing out as you come down. Let's turn in the other direction, breathing in, up, and breathing out. Breathing in, and breathing out. Breathe in and out through the nose if you can. One more. Hang down for a second. And slowly roll up. Letting your head come up last. One hand just below your navel. And let's just do some centering. So we've been moving energy, blood, oxygen around our body. Let's just bring it all in. Feel that everything's calm and in a good space. Maybe there's a bit more beautiful energy you want to gather from outside. Beautiful, cool evening here after a very hot day. And feels very good to be doing this. Breathing in, watching your hand as you gather down your conception vessel in the front. Breathe in. Just settling your whole body down as you do this. Dropping your tailbone, chin tucked in, long spine. One more. Coming down. One hand over the other and feet together. Close your eyes. Let's just do a few moments of wind in the bamboo. So you're grounded, you're rooted Feel how your balance changes between your feet, front of the feet, back of the feet. And just allow anything that needs to settle in your body, settle. Sometimes one is very still when you do this. Other times there's a bit of rotation that comes through. And that's because some muscles have relaxed more than others, some fascia has relaxed more than others, and you're basically just getting into a beautiful balanced position, of course, which we know we go in and out of all the time. Allow your forehead to soften, your jaw to soften, back of your head where it meets the neck. Soft knees, soft ankles, soft shoulders. Space between your eyebrows. And notice the temperature of the air around you. Any sounds, maybe internal or external. Listen up. Just notice your breathing. Don't try and change it. Just notice where it is. And as soon as you do that, it automatically goes a tiny bit deeper. Let your hands drop down. And slowly open your eyes. Move your body. And a little stew of the stew pot here.